Hello YouTube, I'm here to review the Cisco Supplies Primitive Bowie. Now, this is 19 inches overall. It's a heck of a knife. It's got a brass guard, stainless steel, not exactly what it's made of, but I heard it was 420 HC. Not sure if that's totally true, but it did say stainless steel, so you don't have to worry much about it rusting, in my opinion. It has a brass guard, brass strip on the side, one handle. And I believe it might be a rat tail and meaningful thing because you can see there's a little screw kind of on the bottom there, of mine at least. It's pretty sharp. There's been some problems with these showing up with broken tips, so mine didn't show up with it. So, but that's one thing you want to be careful with. I've seen a few other reviews where they had issues, but the only real problem I'd say with this is it shows up a little rough, as you can see. Yeah, it's kind of scratchy. But it's $50. I mean, you don't have to worry. I mean, you shouldn't worry. You can get better knives for that amount, but if you're getting worried about that with a knife this size for $50, yeah, what are you really hoping for? But it's a good knife. It's fun to screw around with, and I mean, if you had somebody invade your home with this, I mean, if you pulled this out, I mean, you'd be like, oh God, that is a psychopath in front of me. Anyway, I mean, this is modeled after the one in the Alamo. I don't think it was the one Jim Bowie actually used, from what I hear, but it was one at the Alamo. That's pretty cool, and it was probably one that was connected to him. So that is neat too. Anyway, this is a really good knife. I really like it. It's fun to have. It's a real fun knife. A beautiful wooden handle and brass guard. And that tip is real sharp. I mean, I poke it and yeah, you can definitely feel it. Um, as I said, it's 19 inches overall, 13-inch blade, so that's a whomping blade. It's around $50, so that's not too bad. I think it's 60 now, but in all fairness, it's a really, it's a big knife. I mean, when you think of that's not a knife, this is a knife. That is, I mean, that's what you're paying for with this. And it has a really cool sheath. I like the little etchings on it. It kind of reminds me of like Native American type patterns, like shark teeth too. It kind of reminds me of like shark teeth. And the strip is held on real good. It's stitched on, not glued on, so you don't have to much worry about it. And this really doesn't drag my pants down too bad. I put it on and jumped up and down and walked around just to see, because you never know with these really big whomping blades because they might drag your pants down. But in all fairness, it didn't drag my pants down too much. Um, what else? It is made in Pakistan, so if you don't like that, I really don't care. But if you don't like that, maybe think twice. And there are a little bit of defects I've heard with them, like the cracked blade, like the cracked tips, which I didn't deal with that. I think that's pretty rare, so don't have to worry much about that. Plus, you can get it another one if you really want to, if you don't have a good file. And the blade's a little rough, but in all fairness, I like it. It's called the Primitive Bowie, so that's what it is. It's primitive, so it kind of makes up for his name, you know. And it's a real good big knife that does its job. I mean, it's a good chopper. I've seen tons of reviews where people are chopping with this thing, and they chopped it 2x4s. So that's, I mean, it didn't come loose. I've heard problems with this little hilt or little strip right here coming off. I've heard problems with that, but besides that, I mean, the knife is always okay and safe, so that's all that matters really. And if you do a little customizing on it, which I've seen other people do, it's good too. It's a knife you don't have to worry about. You know, $50 is, and $60 is not um, a little bit of money, but it's also not going to break the bank. Anyway, you get a good genuine leather sheath, big sheath for a big knife, It does come with a snap. I took that off. But, good knife. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Love ya.